Hello, Mountain Plains team. It's Easter weekend. I know that you are most likely swamped with a million things to do before Sunday, which is why I want to make a quick appeal and give a couple of updates. As you celebrate what Easter means to you and your church family, like how Jesus won our salvation through giving his life and taking it up again, make sure you make an appeal for someone else's salvation, the ones who are not yet home. Muster enough faith to make the ask. Extend the invitation on behalf of God and trust that he's been working on someone who needs to hear that invitation this weekend from you. And then make sure you share the story of what happens and properly celebrate whatever miracles take place. Now for a couple of updates. Last month, we had a great group of about 20 people from our district attend Exponential in Orlando. It was a great time of team building and renewed commitment to expanding our impact through new churches. And just to illustrate why we as a district are committed to new churches, I'm ecstatic to report that Meadows in Omaha broke 250 again for the second time on a Sunday morning a couple of weeks ago. And they continue to see new decisions and baptisms on a regular basis. So keep praying for and supporting our new churches there and in Texas City and Corpus Christi and in Pueblo. And I'm excited to announce that Todd Burpo is beginning a new work in Eagle, Colorado this summer. And we're working to launch a new cowboy church in Nebraska this summer as well. And we keep working for more and more new churches. Remember, our goal is 8 new starts as a district every year. And on that note, you have no doubt heard that Dwight Nash has resigned his position at Sent Church to start what he's calling 1,000 churches, which is set on starting, you guessed it, 1,000 churches, like before 2030. It's a fairly audacious goal, but what fun are reasonable goals. So right around district conference, Kyle Ray will be taking over the leadership at Sent Church, and we're very excited for what God has in store for both Sent and 1,000 churches. Speaking of district conference, we have added some details on the mountainplainsdistrict.com website. One of the things we're working on this year is helping coordinate a few social outings as part of district conference. I'm not sure what all that means yet, but if you have an idea of where you'd like to go in the Dallas area or Waco area and think others might want to go too, let me know what you're planning and maybe we can work on coordinating groups as part of district conference. So like some kind of a plan we're working on is that Thursday night, Kim and I are working on something involving barbecue and Topgolf, and Dwight and Sherry Nash are working on organizing a group for the minor league baseball team in Frisco for Saturday night or something like that. And we're working on some other options. So this, by the way, is me working on other options. So if you have ideas, let me know, and we'll help try to coordinate groups that week. Also, we've confirmed that pastor and author Bob Roberts will be speaking at our Day of Resourcing that Friday morning. One of my favorite pastors. You will not, he's not a Wesleyan pastor, but I still like him quite a bit. And you won't want to miss him. He was one of the speakers at Exponential in Orlando this year. I caught him there as one of his final session at Exponential and loved it. I've heard him on other occasions, and he just always brings great detail, great information, great challenges, and he's going to be with us that Friday morning on July 26th. So finally, I'm emailing you a template this week or next week that'll serve as a basis for what I'm calling Annual Goal Conversations with Pastors. And it's a horrible name, but that's my working title, Annual Goal Conversations with Pastors. If you have a better name for me, help me out there. But the idea is that I get to have an annual conversation with each pastor, and together we get to ask God what he wants to do through your local church in the next year. So the template that I'll be emailing you looks like this. You'll find it in your inbox in the next week or so with some explanations of what the conversation will look like. And over the next month, I'll start setting up some times to stop in and have as many of these conversations in person as possible as I'm in your area. This will not take the place of the scorecards that we introduced for the District Journal that look like this, but they're going to work in conjunction with these scorecards for the District Journal and help just pull out some more detail of what each church is setting out to do. So, praying for you this Easter weekend. Remember, celebrate, and by all means, make every ask that God has designed for you to make this weekend, because someone's life depends on it. It really does. God bless. He is risen. Happy Easter.